on Pro Wrestling Sheet, which Ryan Satin, he has his show that he does with Rocha, and this is for the wrestling fans out there too. This is a debate that they got into, and Rocha, who is not shy of sharing the controversial opinion, right? And no matter if it's something super serious or not. And they were talking about Sting and Bret Hart. These are two of the legends of wrestling. You know, you watched back in the day.
Yep.
So Sting and Bret Hart, who's the better wrestler, is what was said. And Rocha now goes back on this a little bit, but he says that Sting was the better wrestler, which I think he's a lunatic.
You disagree.
Oh, he's a lunatic.
I agree with you.
Yeah, Bret Hart in ring. The only person I think in ring that you could probably have a conversation with is Shawn Michaels, as far as in ring. But even then, I give it to Bret Hart. I think Bret's one of the best in ring.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
And Rocha's wrong because we actually were already fighting
About everything.
Yeah. No, but we were fighting about the Gold Cup.
Yeah.
Because we won.
Well, I'd like to get the two of those guys in here, but they'll probably argue about it. And I just don't have an Alex right now, and I have Cody out there. But maybe if we have 11:30, because they were screaming at each other on Twitter about it too. It was really funny, just because Rocha was like, "Oh, you misquoted me," and Ryan's like, "How do I misquote a clip from a show?" He's like, "It's you saying it." And so I want to hear them kind of go back and forth.
Let them wrestle.
Can you?
I'll just yell at him. Watch this.
Okay.
Give me one.
If we can get the two of them in here, we just need mics though, Cody. Cody's yelling. I would like to have the two of them because they will yell at each other. Okay, good.
Nice.
They need mics though.
I can give one handheld right now.
All right, hold on, coming out.
Don't break
Lift
it.
up on the handle.
Yeah, guys, just sit over there.
Here.
Now we're gonna get you guys mics. Yeah. Let Ryan sit there because Ryan's the host of his show. So
Can we-
two of them. Here you go. Guys, move
Can we
move
have
up.
them wrestle on the
What's
table?
going on?
No. So we brought up.
I host the show. Ryan runs the site.
Okay,
this
well,
is true. This is a difference.
This is a true statement.
It's a goddamn difference.
I made that
All right,
that
what you got?
firm in the beginning.
Okay, well, listen. So here, don't worry about Riley.
Riley's gonna have no
Riley's gonna have
opinion on
nothing
this.
to add on to this. Okay, listen.
Should we
so,
all hug?
I don't even know
Because
why
we're
he's
all so
still
close.
here.
So I brought it up. So this is, and you guys, let me help me fill in the blanks.
Yeah.
So this is what I saw on Twitter yesterday too. I saw Ryan had tweeted something out and said that oh wait, let's wait. Let's set it up first. That Rocha yesterday, when you guys were having a conversation, you get to the question about who was the better wrestler. Was it?
No.
It wasn't.
It was just.
I said
which wrestler is better.
that's how he
All right.
presented it.
So which wrestler is better?
No,
I said-
also, by the way, I didn't present it.
Just wait,
You
no,
presented
I'm going to
it.
hit that. Wait, hold on.
I
hold
said
on.
Sting
Wait,
is better than
stop.
Bret Hart. That's all I said.
Hold on for a second. So the question then was Sting, and I replied right away to
this
Ryan,
is like
and I
during
said,
his
"You said
family
Bret
reunion.
Hart, right?
Because he's the better
And he said,
wrestler.
right. Better
You're
wrestler."
not
So
wrong.
in
He's
the
better
ring,
overall.
in the ring, I think there's no one.
Technical ability.
You can't even compare it. I think that maybe Shawn Michaels is the only other person that you could put in a conversation, but I still think Bret Hart wins that.
Well, let me. I want to explain a little, give a little more context
All right.
here because it wasn't just like we were discussing best wrestlers of all time. I brought up the fact that for wrestling fans, it's known that Bret Hart's finisher is a sharpshooter.
Right.
So I said my whole life I always looked down upon Sting because I
Stole
thought
his-
Sting
just ripped him
stole
off, yeah.
the sharpshooter.
But then
I learned when I was older that it was Bret Hart who took the sharpshooter from Sting, and
No
it
surprise.
gave me a whole different outlook on things. So I mentioned that, and then he offhandedly was like, "Well, Sting's better.
Sting is better than Bret Hart.
Sting's better
That's
than
all I
Bret
said.
Hart." And I go, "Whoa, that's a pretty wild take right there, because nobody thinks that usually ever."
I still think that.
A lot of people think that. It's ridiculous.
I think he's better on the mic, but I don't think that makes a better
He's better
superstar.
overall as a character. He's more over with the fans.
He reinvented
He's more
himself. He
loved.
reinvented himself.
Yeah, Brett couldn't do that.
Did you just
Brett
say,
stuck with that pink
did
and the
you
black
just
to the
say that
end.
Sting is more beloved by the fans than Bret Hart,
Yes.
who is literally an international icon
So
in
is
Canada?
Sting.
Sting is not considered an American icon. Sting has never been considered.
you out of
Do
your
you even know
mind?
who Sting is?
Yes.
You know
She
who
does.
Sting
She
is?
was
Yes,
back
but
in the
that's
day.
but that's
I
who
can
grew up.
I can add to this conversation finally. I've heard of
He's
Bret
like
Hart.
he's a good singer.
I have never heard of Sting.
Thank you.
Right.
Every breath.
Not
Yeah.
that Sting. Not that Sting.
Get out of here.
I saw that coming. By the way,
Actually, by the way,
it's like I know.
by the way, that Sting pays money to the other Sting for using the name.
Nuh-uh.
Wait,
Yes.
Wait.
I didn't know
Really?
that.
So
Shut up.
So
Really?
Sting the wrestler was first.
Sting the wrestler was first.
Wow.
Yep.
Look at that. I
No,
didn't know
wait,
that
he
either.
actually pays money though.
I
There
believe
was
that.
there's I mean, I've never actually asked both stings, but that's like the urban myth type thing that
Wow.
like the other sting came first and that he licensed. He
Is that what,
some
is
money
that,
for
is that what
using his
Sting's
name.
Fields
But
of
here's
Gold
another
is
reason why.
about?
You talk about
Edge-
character, but here's the thing that always
yeah.
bothered me about it too, because I love
Yeah.
Sting, I really do.
Yeah.
I actually like his like late '80s, '90s bleach blonde Sting the best.
he was awesome.
Because to me, that's more original than being the Crow. You're the Crow.
And
You're
then
the-
he was
you're
the
the-
Joker.
he
Yeah,
says
but
it- he said you
was
took
over as the
Crow's
Crow.
pretty cool.
what
was
he,
over with
what,
both
what he was
characters.
able to do with the characters
Pretty
was
Yes.
impressive. And like I said, he reinvented himself and became
Yes.
something hanging from the. It was cool back in the NWO.
He wasn't
stuff,
boring.
All that stuff, but he took it from a movie. He took it from a movie.
Sure.
He said I mean, and look, other people have done it too. Booker, other people have taken
Everyone's
things
got
from a
their
movie.
thing.
But I'm just saying, but that was a direct character takeaway.
But also,
that
I
was
mean,
a character infringement. It was
I haven't
wrestling.
If you were
I-
to talk to like almost anyone like who's like anyone who makes a list of top 10 wrestlers of all time, they're all gonna have Bret Hart on it.
I
And
disagree.
even if it's
Oh,
not
I
just
think you're
overall.
wrong there, Rocha.
even if
Okay,
it's
but
over-
what are the components though that makes up a good wrestler though? Like
Let's start- what's
like
your
the
take
best
on
wrestler.
that?
Well, see, this is hard because this is where it gets kind of muddy because it's like, well, do you go by who drew the most or who had the best in-ring talent or who had? It's hard. It's really hard. So I don't think you can have an actual criteria because I don't think anybody knows. I don't think we have the numbers in front of us of who
Because
drew
the
more
audience-
money.
is it because-
Technically, it's who made the most
But do
money.
you think
in
it's
my
because
opinion.
the audience also likes different things about wrestling?
I
Right?
think the
Some
reason that
people
Bret
like the
Hart-
performance, some people like the athleticism, right?
without sounding too pro WWE, I don't think Sting was only in the WWE for such a handful of time that he's never going to be known as one of the greatest or most popular
Right.
wrestlers of all time because he was only in WWE
Well,
for like a year.
Well, the
Oh
point
my
that
God, that's madness to me to
Finish.
say that.
Finish.
He
Well,
carried
you're
the
good. Let him
WCW
finish.
with Flair at the same time Sting did.
Yeah, but
He
not
took
to the
it-
same
like-
prominence
when
that
Bret
WWE
when
had.
Bret Hart
Let
was
Rocha get his
WCW,
point
he was
in. Let
a
Rocha get
wet
his point
fart. When Hart went over to WCW, he was a wet fucking fart. Sting came over, wasn't there long enough because he got hurt by the irresponsible Seth Rollins with that buckle bomb. So
You're
you
talking
can't-
about people
you
getting
can't
hurt
vote
in
it.
their run when he
But
got
you-
hurt by Goldberg in his run shortly into it. What are
Yeah,
you
but I'm
talking
saying
about?
to you, you can't say Bret Hart did. You can't say Sting didn't do a good job in WWE. or
No,
wasn't there
that's
long
not
enough.
what I
You
said. You're
long
literally
enough.
not listening
long
to the
enough.
words I'm
That's all.
fucking
Long
saying.
enough. I
Bye.
just corrected
I just
myself.
said that he wasn't there. Like if you're not in the WWE for the
Right,
longest
but I'm
portion of your
saying
time, you're
Bret
not going to
Hart
be known
was
as one of the
there
most popular
and
wrestlers of all
wasted his
time.
All right,
opportunity.
listen. This is
Well,
great.
Bret Hart went over to WCW, wasted his opportunity. What's the difference?
Listen, you guys did everything I thought you were going to
And
do.
he wasn't even hurt.
So
I'm
what I was
so
saying-
glad you brought them in.
What I wanted to say, this is a commercial for you guys.
I don't think it's muddy at all, by the way.
we're-
I think it's dry ground, I can tell you what
Well, I
makes
would
a
say
great
the
wrestler.
poll that I put on Twitter is
was gonna ask,
about
who's winning?
75% towards
Right.
Bret
A
Hart, and there's over
misrepresented poll.
3,000 votes. When he said it was misrepresented, when I said
You totally-
which wrestler is better,
Right.
I didn't say who's the better wrestler. I said which wrestler is better.
You got to say
There's a
pro
huge
wrestler.
difference. What do
Fans,
you mean the
fans
fucking-
fall into the
You
trap
got
of
to
thinking
go
it's
finish.
in-ring
You
ability.
got to go finish your work.
Yeah, I do. I
So,
gotta
all
go
right.
get out of
So
here.
both you guys check out Pro Wrestling Sheet. You can see on the website, and make sure you go to the YouTube channel for
He's
more,
the best. I
more
love
of
it.
this
I
stuff
love it.
for sure. Thank you guys.